Hey, what's up guys, Xrawsome is here again and I'm coming at you with another duel video slash deck profile. Apparently you guys really like that, so I'm gonna make duel videos slash deck profiles from now on. This is my Nordic deck. The idea was suggested to me by Lakeisha Fairley. There will be a link to her channel in the description below, so make sure you guys go and check her out and subscribe. Anyway, to the duel video. Here I was against a Light Swarm, like a Synchro Light Swarm deck. I will let you guys watch and enjoy. That was like the moment where I actually fell in love with Nordics. I love them so much right now. I couldn't even stop playing them, and I still can't stop playing them. They're amazing. So I go for Tangrisnir, and the only problem that Lightswarm has, you must always like get rid of the first monster at the normal summon, especially if it was Lumina. So here I set down my Tangrisnir. And it was just amazing. Just wait to see what's gonna happen right now. So he goes for Lumina. I'm like, nope, I'm not letting you. Yeah, you should always like negate Lumina. She's like the beginner of everything. Like she makes crazy combos. And I'm really glad he destroyed my Tangrisnir. People call him the white goat. I know, racism. Anyway, so this is how I OTK'd my opponent at this point. I went for Odin at this point, and for Blackluster Soldier. This basically means an OTK. If we calculate it, if I attack with Blackluster, that's 2,000 damage, and then he can attack again, that's 5,000, and Odin with 4,000, that equals 9,000. More than enough for me to OTK my opponent. It was epic. Funny thing, the same thing happened again, and I did the same combo on this duel against this Gagaga Spellbook player. That was really interesting. I mean, he was playing Spellbook in Gagagas, or I guess it was just like a mix between them, because I guess Gagagas work in Spellbooks because they're spellcasters, and I don't know, they work with each other. So he tries to destroy my face down. I activate Gluttner to add my Vanitas. So he just does that, and I should have actually negated his Gagaga sister's effect at the beginning of the duel, not now. A bit too late, but it's fine. So he goes for Spellbook of Power, and I'm really glad that he actually attacked my monster. I wanted this guy to be destroyed so I can bring out Tangister. His effect is amazing. His effect is like, if a monster you control was destroyed by battle and sent to graveyard, you can special summon him, and if you change him from defense position to attack position, you can special summon a Nordic Beast monster from your deck. Just like I did. Even if he wasn't face down and you change him to attack position, his effect will work. I'm like, I thought he was gonna like compulse my Vanitas, but he didn't. Okay. But yeah, I activated Lance because I wanted to change her attack to 0 to OTK my opponent the same way I did with that Lightswarm player. So I love doing that. That was awesome. And that's the end of the duel. Here I was against a Blue Eyes deck. That was when I had Pot of Dichotomy in this deck. I replaced Pot of Dichotomy with Soul Charge because it's just an amazing card. So I'm showing this one because to show like how could Supply Unit like really benefit you in this deck. It's a crazy draw power card. You're gonna see Supply Unit in a second if you don't know what it is. Just my opponent sets a monster. I was gonna say something important, but I totally forgot, so no matter. 2 Tangrisnirs. Funny thing is that I heard that not a lot of people can like actually pronounce the Nordic Beast monsters' names correctly. Yeah, they are quite hard to say. I mean, try saying that 3 times. It's almost impossible. Maybe for us, normal people, who can't really say the words. So, I just had nothing to do. It's like this was one of the very first like testing of me, like trying to test the deck. I had no idea how the deck works, so I'm just, okay, what do I do now? I'm just gonna set down a monster, and hope I can win. Funny thing is, he tributes for Blue Eyes. I would have trade-in for that. Use trade-in. Yeah. I get 2 tokens here. Yeah. The duel goes kinda crazy. And here it is, Supply Unit. One of the most ridiculous draw power cards in the game. So I go for Thor here, and flip summon my Mecha Phantom Beast Hamstrat. Mecha Phantom Beast also works great in this deck because they give you level 3 tokens and then he turns to level 9. And if you had like a level 2 tuner, like Valkyrie, you can maybe go for Star Eater. Right? Crazy combos, crazy combos. Yes, sadly, I won't be able to use my Thor a lot in the next upcoming moves. You'll get what I mean in a second. Alright, so X my face down. Sadly, you will not get 2 tokens if you don't have the space. If you don't have enough space. Sorry about that. So I got 2 MST in here. I'm gonna stop you from doing anything. I don't know why I negated his effect. Just negate a normal monster effect. Very intriguing. I wish like my Death Row could play this faster. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. A lot of people ask me why don't I use Dueling Network. The reason is, in Dueling Network, true, it's like more interactive with the player, but sadly, Dueling Network is like full of new players, and these new players don't really know the rulings and don't know how to actually play the competitive game. I know Yu-Gi-Oh is like mostly supposed to be for fun. This is actually what Yu-Gi-Oh was made for fun. But some people just take it too seriously. And not a lot of people on Dueling Network are quite kind people. Like, I've been on Dueling Network and it's crazy sometimes, believe me. And apparently my opponent didn't read like a Phantom Beast Hamstrat's effect. One problem is that a lot of people don't really read the effects. I mean, I remember I was playing against some sort of a burn deck, and then I activated Odin's effect to stop him from being affected by any spell on traps, and then I attack my opponent. He activates Magic Cylinder. I mean, you just saw me activate the effect. So another supply unit in here. So each time he destroys a monster from mine, I can draw 2 cards. That's how ridiculous it is. I'm sorry. It is true that it's gonna take like 3 spaces in your spell and trap card zones, but it's worth it. Drawing 2 cards or 3, it's crazy. This is awesome. I drew Trap Stun in here. So this actually was one of my very first tries. I barely had an idea how to use the deck. The reason I activated Lance on my Thor is because I wanted to have a space to set down Trap Stun and activate another supply unit. So it goes for that. The reason I bottomless that because he has quite of a scary effect. You guys can pause the video and read his effects. I didn't want that to happen. It's not really that scary, it just wasn't good for me. Catastor for the win. Don't you guys think that Ally of Justice Catastor's name is just amazing? I love the sound of it. Ally of Justice. It just sounds cool. Darkhold for the win. Draw 3 cards. Ridiculous. Ridiculous in an awesome way. 3. I thought I was gonna deck out, to be honest. Thor. Oh my god. Oh, Blackluster Soldier. No one must ever know about our forbidden love. No! I mean, yes. Never mind. And my opponent gives up at this point because he had like nothing. How could that even help him? Here I was facing a very interesting deck. I have no idea what he was actually playing, but apparently he was playing Vanity's Fiend, so he will stop me from special summoning any monsters, but that wasn't really that dangerous for me because I believe that effect could have been negated by using Effect Veiler, so I was quite good. Like when I saw Royal Decree, I thought he was playing some sort of an OTK deck, so I wanted to go for Odin as fast as I can, because most of the OTK decks rely on a lot of spell cards. I'm like, okay, so I added my Vanitas, and I just attacked at this point. I'm like, okay, let's see, what do you got? And then I went for Stardust. I knew he had something that could be dangerous and destroy me. Defense. The best way to defend is attack, or something goes along those lines. Oh, come on. I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna put my charger in. Alright, we're back. Yeah, that was like the first time I see a card known as the Monarch Stormforth. It's a very interesting card. It says once per turn, if you tribute summon a monster, you can tribute one monster your opponent controls as a tribute required for that tribute summon. You can only activate this card once per turn, and you cannot special summon monster from your extra deck the turn you activate this card. It's a scary card, to be honest. That Jack Frost. The reason he flipped down my Stardust was only to activate Darkhold, which makes sense, but if he actually spent some time reading Odin's effect, that wouldn't have happened. This exactly. See? And I draw a card. Awesome. And set down, and that's the end of the duel. I actually did have a lot more duel replays to show you guys, but for some reason an error occurs and I can't actually duel anyone. I can only like review my deck profiles and like watch replays, but some of them have this error, and I think the people who work in DevPro, they should probably fix that. I mean, a lot of people just want to watch their old replays. Anyway, so here's the deck profile. As I mentioned in every single deck profile video, there will be a download link in the description, and if you use Dueling Network, they will just change the quality of this video to HD so you can see the cards. And also these cards, the name of them will be in the description below if your internet speed isn't that good. So I'll just go. And here are just random cards that you can also add. I mean, I have no idea why Beelze is in this deck. You just take him out to add Hot Ray Dragon Archfiend. One awesome combo you can do is like set down Tangrisner and then set down Glyphir. When your opponent attacks, you activate Glyphir to add Tangister. When his effect is, when a monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon him. So when this guy is destroyed, you get 2 tokens, and then special summon this guy. And next on your turn, you can just change him to attack position to special summon Golfax, and then go for Thor. That's an awesome combo. I do it a lot. Supply Unit, an amazing card. I actually had 2 Pot of Dichotomies instead of 2 Soul Charge, but you can just replace it, or just have 1 Soul Charge and 1 Pot of Dichotomy. I know what you think, guys. The deck doesn't really rely on any staple trap cards. I know, but Nordic's kind of. But this deck like mostly relies on negating your opponent's trap cards and then just attacking for game. Because the Nordic gods have really high attack points, so you can just OTK your opponent in a second. Alright guys, thanks all for watching. Also thanks a lot to Lakeisha Fairley for suggesting this deck, because I was playing it non-stop for like days, weeks. You guys should definitely try out Nordics. It's really, really fun to play, and it's amazing. It's just a really fun deck. I never expected it to be that fun. As I mentioned, download link for this deck profile will be in the description below, so you guys go download it and have fun. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm X Ross, and I'll see you in the next video.